trader who previously made $1.7 million in a day is back with a new record-breaking daily gain of $2.7 million. Another trader turned just $39,000 into $2.6 million in about 8 months, and this trader decided to quit his job and converted his 401k to a self-directed brokerage, consequently losing $400,000 in less than 2 years. And we are starting off with the biggest daily gain I have ever seen by none other than Fostarian18. We've seen this trader just continuously make more than $1 million daily gains while working towards his goal of $10 million. Lastly, he made a record daily gain of $1.7 million, bringing his account to almost $8.5 million. But I'm glad to say that he broke his record with an insane $2,745,039 gain, hitting his goal and bringing his account to $10.79 million. Most of his gains came from NDX, Google, Amazon and Microsoft bull call spreads and Nvidia bear call spread, with the long calls from the NDX bull call spreads with a striking price at $15,250 and an expiration date on July the 14th being up by $2.4 million from just $317,000 invested. And the fact that he started with just a little over $25k in savings from working during college just blows my mind, although that was a decade ago. The two most important learnings since he started are to get lucky on your first few trades to build enough of a bank that you can afford a long string of losses while you learn how to actually trade. And the second most important lesson is knowing when to just step back and stop being in the market. If your strategy stops working, it's better to step back and wait for market conditions and sentiment to change rather than keep bashing your head against the wall. Otherwise, the key to doing those spreads and vertical options is picking the right market conditions. The easiest way to make money that he's found is to buy the dip with just basic vertical spread. He waited almost a year till March when he saw an upward trend in tech has formed. He does partially hedge with puts on volatile stocks like Tesla, but obviously this gets killed in crab markets. So again, waiting for the right time is key. And now that he's hit his goal, he's going to aim for $10 million post-tax and probably scale back to mostly shares afterwards. Honestly, I just hope he doesn't lose it all on this final stint. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but we have another insane gain, this time by You're Not Serious, who turned just $39k into $2.6 million with meta calls. To be more precise, he's up by $2,602,152 because he bought 300 meta call options with a striking price at $235 and expiration date on January 19th, 2024. And he opened this position on November the 3rd when it hit $88, so pretty much perfectly at the bottom. Although he would say persistence and conviction is more important than timing. He bought calls on the way down, lost some money and bought more despite it going down and negative sentiment. It just happens to work out. Otherwise, his strategy is buying long dated calls and selling short dated calls to regards on WallStreetBets, which is what he's also doing with his next target, PayPal. Unfortunately, trader by the name of Apprehensive Floor 78 quit his job and converted his 401k to a self-directed brokerage, consequently making $400,000 of loss. We can see that he started with 475k and first he made a small gain, but then his account started slowly dropping until it went into a free fall, and now he's left with $64,623.01. He quit his job on October the 14th, 2021 and went into fear of missing out mode and the all out on Bed Bath & Beyond. He lost around 400k, but he just started a new job and is slowly climbing out of the hole he dug himself. I still don't get it. How can you lose almost $500,000 in less than 2 years? And honestly, this isn't even funny, it's just sad. Luckily, he's not about to retire as he's 40 years old and has to grind for another 2 to 3 decades. His girlfriend makes 3 times he does, so he's just going to be her sugar baby. She can support him and a couple more boyfriends. But how did he get to this point? He was in a bad place with his career and mental health. He was drinking a 1.75 liter bottle of hard liquor every 4 to 5 days. Hated his job and decided to blow everything up. He was single and felt like he had nothing to love for. Gambling, drinking and more, definitely had an addictive personality. A year after all of this happened, he worked on himself a lot. Didn't do any AA or therapy or nothing, but stopped drinking by himself, worked out, lost weight, met his girlfriend this year and told her everything about his past and stupid decisions. He landed a new job that's fully remote and everything is going great. He's just in a good place right now. Not gonna lie, losing 400k to make such a huge personal comeback honestly sounds awesome. Having that said, he put almost all of his remaining money, around 60k, into one position, Samsara Inc., as he never said he learned his lesson with investing. WallStreetBets for life. Sadly, trader by the name of OK Entertainment 576 just never got it right. On the all-time chart, he's down by 99.52% or $104,895.50 and is left with just $503.09, with his major loss of 30k coming from Bad Bath and Beyond. Honestly, his chart just looks so depressing as it drops almost straight down at the very beginning, not even giving him a taste of what winning feels like. And because of his exceptional chart, users asked him to post his positions so they could inverse him, and he said sure once he gets a couple more paychecks. He's been trading for 3 years and is working 12 hours a day every day, and to make it even worse, that's all his hard-earning money, as he sent every paycheck to recover his losses, but kept on losing. Still, he hopes he'll come around and make his money back. Trader by the name of SubiWRX84 made a huge comeback from being margin called 7 months ago. At that time, he had 50 grand in his account, and then Carvana happened and he got margin called for around 7k, and now he's up on the all-time chart by around 13% or $4,328.01, and I must say his chart looks extremely chaotic. Besides Carvana shares, he also has VRM and SoFi shares and call options on Carvana, DWAC and VRM. He says don't call it a comeback because you guys all called him regarded for leveraging Carvana stocks at $7. Well, if he never would have been margin called, this account would be worth over 150k right now. So he's saying he literally got screwed out of 2.5k shares because he did understand margin requirements, but what he's saying is that he bought the stock at $7 with a 40% margin requirement, and during that day, because the stock was so volatile, Robinhood increased his margin requirements from 40 to 75%, almost doubling it, which caused him to get margin called. And last but not least, we have another huge gain on Carvana by maybe awesome 22, who is up by 3,600% or $51,084.30 because on April the 3rd he bought 60 Carvana call options with a striking price at $7.50 and an expiration date on August the 18th. His position is worth $52,500, which means he turned just $1,400 into more than 50k. He's been buying since October, so at around $3 to $8. Basically every time Kramer trashed Carvana, he doubled down, and he bought into Carvana because of extremely high short interest and the ferocity with which Jim Cramer liked to trash this. It fell from $400 to $3, so he felt it was the bottom and started buying and doubling down. He didn't believe in the bankruptcy they kept saying either. Luckily, he already sold 90% of his calls at $40 because he thought the stock would slow down at $40, but it kept going, so he got out too early in hindsight. But looking back at the last year when he lost almost 200k in unrealized gains because he held for too long, he doesn't feel so bad. And if you want to see how this trader turned just $500 into $7,000 in 1 month, click on the video that just popped up. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe, and if you have any questions or recommendations, leave them in the comments down below, and thanks for watching.